What's up, everyone? So I'm Daquan. This is my channel, and I'm going to be making some podcast videos on here. This is basically where I'm going to start my podcast career. And if anyone would like to end up joining me on some topics that you feel like maybe in society that you're sick and tired of, and just be able to open up and listen and hear other people's perspectives or other people's experiences on those topics. I want this to be a creative space to do that, and a space that we can all listen and share our ideas without feeling like that someone else's judgment is gonna hold you back from doing so. I want this video to basically set the foundation of where I want to go with my channel, and basically to show that we don't have to care about anyone else's approval when it comes to sharing your experiences, as well as your whatever belief systems that you've been influenced or have been accustomed or brought onto you or whatever. I think it's a good time to do that for everyone, because everyone is very silent these days and they're very censored. So my topic for today, what I'm going to start off with for today, excuse me, that was a bug. But what I'm going to start off with for today, and everyone look at this beautiful place that I'm at. This is Edgartown, Massachusetts. I'm at the bus station here. It's very nice. They've built it up. It looks excellent. It's a vacation spot. It's a good spot to come in the summer too if you're a worker, and there's a lot of jobs out here. But that's not the reason why I'm here today making this video. In the background. The reason I'm here today making this video is because this is a topic that I am absolutely sick and tired of, and I just have to speak about it. And it's not one that many people actually talk about. And feel free to comment, because I'm sure that this video is going to make a lot of people feel uncomfortable. And it's nothing that's provocative. It's just an experience that has been making me feel very uncomfortable as and I'm going to just say, a darker skinned man in this world. Because I know most people, like the common thing is just to say, oh, black folk or black person, black man. But I view people with darker skin as just darker skinned people. And that's just it, But one of the issues that that have really made me sick and tired of, that I've seen amongst, particularly with darker skinned women, is that I noticed that they're very much in competition with like other women, and especially like women who are like lighter skin, or women of different cultures, especially particularly darker skin American women. I feel that they're very much in competition with other women of other cultures, sorry, that was the bus. And let me be clear, because the thing is, like, when it comes to like American dark-skinned people, not everyone knows their actual heritage. Like, because growing up, I'm sure in school they were just called African American or something like that. And then in 2020 there was the whole, oh, Black Lives Matter, and I'm not sure if everyone knows where that went, but apparently there was a lot of fraud when it came to that, because I think it was like two lesbian chicks or something who started the movement, and then they got a lot of the fundings and they spent those fundings on themselves. So they obviously didn't even help. Maybe they did help out some communities, I think, or some people, but I heard that most of the money went to them, and and whatever they wanted to. That's probably also the reason, I think, maybe I could be wrong, the reason why the whole LGBTQ movement got mixed up with the Black Lives Matter movement. I could see that happening. Now, I was never down with that movement of the Black Lives Matter in the first place because honestly, like, I think that's a weird thing to say. You know, if you're gonna say skin color, people of all skin colors matter, that makes more sense, realistically. No one should just be going, like, I already knew from the start there was gonna be a whole bunch of fights with that, with all lives matter, white lives matter, like, come on now. You know, this is the media, like, this is just what they do. But like maybe I'm going a little bit off too much, but I had to mention that part just because like of the fact that you know we're all in this together in a humanitarian sort of perspective, I guess. I mean, every human, everyone has insecurities, you know what I'm saying? But like the reason why I'm able to touch on this subject is because honestly, I had a really good mom, and my mom, she was a dark skinned lady, you know what I'm saying? But the best thing that I love about my mom is that she looked into our heritage, and she embraces other cultures and sees the other cultures that we are. She doesn't just say, oh, I'm just a black woman. Oh, I have black friends, or no, or we're just all black people. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, I don't want to say that like I despise people who are on that, whatever they're on, but that's like a game. Just like if you see people who are all like, oh, only about white culture, that's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's the exact same thing. And like, when I see like it's funny because I posted a video on my Instagram story earlier today. And if you guys get the chance, you can follow my Instagram. I'll post it on the link below, or whatever. But basically, like on my Instagram, there was a post by this guy. I think his name's like King Bach or something like that, and it showed interracial couples walking past each other, right? And and it's kind of funny. Let me tell you why. So basically, there was a white guy, or a lighter skinned guy, Caucasian dude, and a darker skinned woman walking past a darker skinned man and a Caucasian woman. And then so it showed like each individual person's like micro expression towards each other. And just from watching that video, and there being times when, maybe I was dating someone who was who was a Caucasian or whatever, a lighter skin descent than me, I could verify that was very true. Like the microaggressions that happen. So I can explain to you briefly what happened. So basically, and this has happened to me myself, so I don't even have to explain from the point of view of the video. So basically, it was the white dude he was with, or the Caucasian dude, and I'm gonna just say white, just keep it simple. So the white dude was with the black chick, and they was walking by. Then the white dude, he nods at the white chick, and the white chick like gives him a thumbs up or whatever. The black dude, he's smiling, he nodded, the white dude or whatever, and the white dude nodded at him. Then the black chick looked at the black dude and looked at him like, you know what I'm saying? And then the black dude looked back at her like, okay, like you're doing the same thing, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But this is a common thing that I've noticed that has happened, in society. And maybe it could be women sometimes being more insecure than men, but at the same time, women build each other up more than men build women up, just by default. So like all women should support women of all colors, right? Like no matter what color skin color that woman is. I mean, honestly, like there's been some times like where I have experienced some sort of colorism, or one would call it racism, from like a white dude or a Caucasian dude who's like, oh, like you could tell that he sees me maybe with a Caucasian woman and he's a little bit antsy about it, or a little bit, feeling uneasy or whatever. But at the same time, everybody else is just like, not really giving a fuck. Excuse my language, but like nobody really cares, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, there's other ways that I've experienced it, but I'm not gonna go that far into this video because this topic is about specifically what I notice darker skinned women having an issue when they see a darker skinned man, and particularly like American dark skinned people, American black people. Sometimes it happens even with Jamaican people too. I've noticed that. Or sometimes even just particularly people who are from Africa or whatever. Maybe it happens a little bit in the Latino community, but I don't see it as much because the Latino community is so diverse. You know what I'm saying? And their culture is just much more diverse. They're dancing, singing. It's not like America or like the United States where, you go down south, there's the Bible Belt, and you get black churches, you get white churches, you know what I'm saying? And it's a gang. Like, I'm gonna just say it like that because it is. And of course there's also Mexican churches, obviously Latino churches or Asian churches too. But, and one could argue they're trying to keep their culture. But, like, what I'm getting down to the point is that, like, one of the best comments I just want to say about that video that I read on that video was when someone's like, humans dating humans, get used to it. You know what I'm saying? Which is like the best comment because it's like, okay, so first off, like, I just want to state, I don't need anyone's approval or permission to find any woman of any skin color attractive. I just want to say that. No one's approval. Not my mom's. Like I said, my mom is the best person, like, because she actually doesn't give a fuck about this at all. And that's why I'm glad that she's my mom. Now, my dad, on the other hand, it took him a while to understand where I was coming from. But now he gets it. Because at first he thought, like, he just doesn't like black women or something like that. Whatever, you can just tell, you know what I'm saying? But it's not even like that. Like, because the thing is, any woman who's jealous of another woman, a man can see that. And that shit's not attractive. Whether you're a light-skinned woman, a white woman, whether you're an Asian woman, whether you're Latina, whatever you are, if you're jealous of another woman or you're in competition with another woman to get with a man that you find is attractive, particularly even just because of his skin color, that's even more disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just even more disgusting. Like, a video that I'm gonna go into, or I'm not gonna go into it because I'm gonna make another video about this, but about what I just said is just like the topic of a woman liking me just because of my skin color. Like, oh, because you're black skinned, you black, that's the most unattractive thing. Like, if you're gonna like someone's culture, you need to have like real reasons and actually like stand on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, be able to defend that. And also you need to be able to see through if there's other people who are prejudiced against that person, because that person is more than just their skin color, and they're more than just what you like about them on the surface level. And so like when a woman just likes a man, because of his skin color, like, they're missing the point. They're not, they're not that attractive. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the most superficial shit. I'm gonna just say it like that, because honestly, there are attractive women and men of all cultures, Like, I've seen like the most attractive women of all cultures, and like and let me break it down of like what a really attractive woman is, because like the thing is, society's losing that touch because they're so stuck on, oh, that person just has a big butt, or oh, that person dresses nice, or oh, that person has a bunch of perfume or a bunch of makeup. And no, like, that's not what real attractiveness is. Like, a real attractive woman isn't gonna be passive aggressive if no one finds her attractive. Like, they're not attached to who isn't attracted to them. Like, that doesn't make sense. A real attractive woman is going to she's going to attract what's attractive. You know what I'm saying? And not just what's on the superficial, like, oh, I've attracted sexy friends or whatever, I have hot friends. That's not what it's about either. Like, it's about your mindset, for one. A real attractive woman, so like, this may not be for everyone, but for me, a really attractive woman knows about stuff like gardening, knows how to exercise in a way that she's not doing it for people to see her or something like that. You know what I'm saying? A real attractive woman is a woman who knows how to cook, who actually knows how to eat healthy. You know what I'm saying? And not doing it so people can see them. Because social media and this is in the way that everything is, they've made it that, you know, oh, if this person's just showing it on the post, then that just means that they're doing it for everyone. But, you know, they forget about those people. There are people out there that maybe have like 100 followers, right? And then they may be posting something just for their own personal story, like a normal person, like, you know, maybe that's like the old people's way of thinking too, is that everybody who's just on their phones or whatever, maybe they didn't grow up in that generation, but not everyone who is using the internet is using it, for their personal gain. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, you get all those people like the OnlyFans people, or you get the people like who want to show off on their social media just for the clout or just for, some sort of like prestige. But like, and obviously that's an extension of your of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all the internet really is. It's just an extension of your life, so, and like, I started this video off by talking about of course, this is a place where I want this to be a creative space where we don't care about anybody's approval, because that's also an extension of your life. And approval, it's an interesting thing because a lot of people, they don't know the difference between approval and attention. The thing is, like, a lot of people have that mixed up right now. You know what I mean? I've noticed that with like women too, of who are in competition with other women. Like, you know what I'm saying? For example, like they're more stuck on the attention that they're getting from men, rather than understanding that, it's about approval. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then also looking in all realms, because if you only get stuck with just attention, then it's just like you're not gonna respect yourself. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm on this topic right now is because, like I said, I have a really good mom. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just be honest with you. I got a great mom. My mom, she doesn't give a fuck about anybody's attention, excuse my language, but she cares about the right approval. And that's what it's about. And sometimes you have to search around for approval, or you have to even just approve for yourself, you know what I mean? That you can just be without trying to attract anyone. You can just be in your state of approval without looking for everyone else's validation. Because honestly, there's a difference too between what a girl is and what a woman is. And no one talks about that in society either, because everybody wants to be a girl, and all girls just want to have fun, and all that. But yeah, so just a little bit of thoughts, on this topic. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think this is worth talking about. So let me know. Thanks.